Hi there traders and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which was Tuesday the 22nd of November. Starting off with the FTSE, as always, these are the zones of reference. We said it was becoming very repetitive, but the FTSE remained in the range. We need to be very wary of false breaks. We said resistance was at 74.23 to 74.31, and we needed to see sustained breaks above there to confirm the break of the range and open up moves to 74.78 to 74.88. We also said that aggressive support was at 73.95 to 74.03. So let's go and have a look at today's action on the FTSE. Okay, so as you can see, we opened up around this aggressive support of 73.95 to 74.03, and we got a really strong push up above through there. We then sort of got a bit of choppy action around this the top of this range at 74.23 to 74.31. We did actually get a signal here. A reversal signal here. We had the liquidity grab of those overnight highs in the zone, but we didn't break down. So that one actually didn't trigger. We then had another signal here, just a couple of bars later. This one I think is valid. We actually came up into the zone. We had the liquidity grab. We'd even taken out that high from before, and then we closed back below. That one is valid, and that one is a loser. I don't think there's really anything you could have done about that either. That is just a losing trade. We then broke up above. We got the acceptance above, pull back here, and we got the continuation. Plenty of room to manage this trade and make it risk-free, although we didn't get any, we didn't get the follow-through into this higher zone here. So, although I like this trade, I think with it breaking out of the range, I would be looking for that higher target. I certainly would have managed it so that it would have been risk-free, but maybe that would have been a break-even trade. We then pulled back into this zone on the retest, and we got this really strong push down, and then all this price action here. It's very corrective, suggesting that this impulsive move followed by the corrective move could actually be a false break of that zone. We did also get this really strong impulsive move here back below the zone, and that again is something to suggest that this could have been a false break on the higher time frames. Again, though, that is actually not what manifested. We've actually now got this really strong push back through. So the FTSE hasn't really behaved very well today, certainly not as well as it normally does behave. There's some clues there as to some things that didn't actually manifest. So some reversals on the open that didn't hold this zone. There is that one continuation pattern which would have been a break-even trade, but now we're actually breaking back above that zone. So we'll see where we are on the higher time frames tomorrow. It's looking at the moment like this is the full acceptance even on the higher time frames above this zone. So that would suggest that we could be potentially being moving higher. But again, we'll analyse that tomorrow morning after the overnight session. So there are a couple of things to look for on the FTSE there, but unfortunately not much that we would have profited from, and actually one or two things that could have potentially caused us losses. So that happens in trading, though. Generally speaking, as you see from these reports, the market behaves quite well and we can actually get opportunities from them, but we have to be honest, we have to be, it's only be true to ourselves, and when you get days like this is when you can actually learn the most. So yeah, a couple of opportunities, but nothing profitable there. That's on the FTSE. Now let's go and take a look at the DAX. So these were the zones of reference on the DAX, and we said that we were still in the range on the DAX. Resistance was at 14,430 to 14,455, and we needed to see full acceptance and sustained momentum above there to open up moves higher. We said that 14,375 to 14,395 could provide support. 14,300 to 14,320 was better support, although it was the middle of the range, so caution was recommended. So let's go and have a look at the DAX today. Okay, so you can see we actually opened below that 14,375 to 395 zone in the pre-market session, so we opened below there when the cash opened. We got that strong push up into the 14,430 to 14,455 zone. Notice that we we got some acceptance on the lower time frames, but when we actually retested the zone, we actually pushed back through. So the acceptance wasn't sustained like it was on the FTSE. And actually, when we come back below, we actually got some shorting opportunities here, continuations down from that zone on the retest after the false break signal. We have actually then moved up. We actually then held that 14.375 to 14.395 zone as support for the rest of the afternoon session, and we're just retesting this top of the range on the DAX now. So you can see that the FTSE, actually the DAX, although the price action was choppy around that key resistance zone as well, it didn't really give any signals to get us into trouble, whereas the FTSE did. We actually, even on the DAX, got that false break signal and an opportunity to get short from there. Now, one thing to notice from this is that the FTSE did show signs of breaking out of the range, and it still actually has shown signs of breaking out of the range on the higher time frames. The DAX hasn't done that yet. Now, when the markets are in sync and they're in the ranges together, like they have been for the last week and a half, it's really, you get the best signals when both markets move in sync. So if both markets are actually breaking out of the range, or if both markets produce a false break, that is when you get the really high probability trade. So if you can, even if you don't want to trade both markets, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the other market just to see what it's doing, because that can actually save you some choppiness and some losing trades like you saw in the FTSE today. So we'll see the action overnight. What I would like to see is for either the FTSE to fail and fall back into the range, and that would sync up with the DAX and make trading much easier again, or the DAX to actually break above the and out of the range on the higher time frames as well, and that again will lead to better and higher probability trading scenarios going forward. So hope that's useful. Like I say, sometimes when we get these tricky days, that is when we can actually learn the most from it. So I hope you find the reports useful. Please let me know how you're getting on. If you haven't already, please come join the Keyzone service. It is still free to join. You'll get these reports before the market opens. We will be making it a paid-for subscription in the new year, which I will release more details about soon. But for now, please come join the Keyzone service. Come join the Keyzone Traders community. It's completely free. It'll be great to have you there. I hope you find the reports useful. I hope you're having a fantastic week, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.